Hello everyone, this is Saloni Kabra and welcome to 12 Minutes to Law, and today we are going to talk about our NLSAT exam and especially the critical reasoning part of it. Now critical reasoning is very important for our NLSAT exam. क्यों? क्योंकि क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग आपकी हेल्प करती है आपकी आंसर सब्जेक्टिव आंसर राइटिंग जो पार्ट बी होता है वो करने में, और पार्ट ए में जो एमसीक्यू बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस होते हैं वो सॉल्व करने में. सो पहले अंडरस्टैंड कर लेते हैं कि पार्ट ए कैसा होगा. पार्ट ए विल हैव पैसेजेस फॉर यू. इन दोज पैसेजेस यू विल हैव मिक्स्ड क्वेश्चंस ऑफ इंग्लिश, of a few GK questions and of critical reasoning. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आपके different passages होंगे. So there could be a slight overlap in English and critical reasoning. Then आता है आपका पार्ट बी में 15 मार्क्स का essay writing competition जो आपको critically analyze करके चीजें लिखना होता है. So we are talking about part A critical reasoning जहां हम MCQ basis पे उसे solve करते हैं. So let's get started. Let's understand how can we excel in that. So I hope everybody knows what is NLSAT. NLSAT is an exam जो आपको 3-year law करवाता है NLSIU Bangalore से, which is one of the most prestigious law colleges in the country. Okay, so now the core skills that you must build. अब ये core skills आपके लिए बहुत important है, not just for critical reasoning, but for the complete NLSAT exam. तो क्या है? पहले डीप कॉम्प्रीहेंशन होना चाहिए. वी रीड अ पैसेज, वी शुड डीपली कॉम्प्रीहेंड इट, नॉट जस्ट रीड बट ऑल्सो कॉम्प्रीहेंड. रीड करना होता है बेसिक रीडिंग, कॉम्प्रीहेंड होता है उसको समझना इन द वे इट इज सपोज टू बी रिटन एज. जैसे एक पोएट ने कोई पोएम या कोई हिंदी में कोई कविता लिखी गई है, तो वो पोएट उससे उसके थ्रू क्या बताना चाह रहा है, दैट इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट. हम उससे कुछ अज्यूम कर रहे हैं, दैट इज ऑन अस, but what is it actually meant for is a different thing. Argument structure identification. You need to understand that an argument comprises of a premise, a conclusion and an assumption and various other parts. While we look at an argument, we need to understand what is what part so that we can come to a right answer. Logical consistency. Inference drawing. Inference drawing is from the given information you can come to a different conclusion, not a conclusion per se, but an understanding which is not outrightly mentioned, but you can infer that. Flaw spotting, if a flaw is committed in the writing, and evidence evaluation, what is given, what evidence is given for us to realize, okay, this is a paradox, okay, this is going to be a conclusion. So this is basic understanding. For this, you need to extensively start reading, especially editorials in the newspapers that you read. So वो आपकी काफी help करेगा इसमें. Now, we need to analyze any argument. That is how we understand what the argument wants to say. So for that, we need to ask ourselves these questions from every passage. The first one is, what is the main conclusion? Main conclusion is the reason behind author writing that passage for you. वो author ने आपको क्या convince करने के लिए लिखा है is going to be the main conclusion. Try and figure out that this passage is written to prove this claim or to convince us of this thing. So be very mindful. Then what reasons support it? What reasons are supporting the main conclusion? Are they strengthening? Are they weakening? Right? Then what assumptions connect to them? There are certain assumptions in every argument. Some things that an author assumes to be true without any proof. We need to find them out. Is there a missing or a weak logic? Let's say author has committed a flaw in the logic. They have overgeneralized, overemphasized, overstated something. We need to find that flaw. What could challenge the claim? What could make this conclusion less likely to be true or create a doubt in your mind? We need to understand. Don't ask yourself these questions in every passage you read, but once you do it actively, then subconsciously you will start understanding it while you are reading it. So you don't have to do it consciously. वो आपको once you understand these concepts, automatically आपके दिमाग में वो चीज चलने लगेगी. Then there are certain questions which are very common while we are dealing with critical reasoning as NLSAT exam. So it's better we master them first. First is main conclusion. Main conclusion आपसे English, बाकी डिफरेंट एग्जाम्स में क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग में हमेशा पूछा जाता है. सो दिस इज वन थिंग जो आपको पढ़ते ही समझ में आ जाना चाहिए. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट द ऑथर इज ट्राइंग टू कन्वे टू मी. आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट ऑथर वांट्स यू टू बिलीव. It is usually supported by multiple evidences, reasons, or statistics, sometimes credible information. Avoid background info or examples. Sometimes they give you random background information to make something more likely to be true, है ना? So for example, if I have to say this pen is the best pen which is available in the market. So iske liye I'll give you some background information, what makes a pen the best pen. I'll give you certain examples of pen which used to be the best pen and then they're currently not. So all of those is to prove this conclusion. So read that fluff, understand, but don't focus on that. Move away from that point. Often appears subtly, not at the end. हमारा क्या consumption होता है दिमाग में, conclusion हमेशा end में ही होगा, ऐसा नहीं है. There are multiple conclusions which are sandwiched in middle of the passage. Sometimes the passage starts with the conclusion. So be very mindful of that also. Then we have assumption questions, which is again a common type of question. It is the hidden idea the argument depends on. So an assumption is like a foundation of an argument. If you remove that foundation, the whole argument collapses and it seems like a flawed argument. So if the assumption fails, argument collapses. You need to know, you need to pick on that nerve that if it falls sick, the whole body will also. Look for gaps between evidence and conclusion. Basically, assumption is something that connects premise with conclusion. So it is like a hidden link between premise and conclusion. तो हमें वो hidden link ढूंढना है. It's like a puzzle we have to fix. Then strengthen and weaken. ये है हमारी third type, बड़ी interesting है. गलतियां भी इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा होती है. What you have to do is you have been given an argument. Now you have to strengthen that argument or weaken that argument, which is very important. So for that, first we need to understand the argument. Okay. Now strengthening means supports the conclusion indirectly. What would make that conclusion more likely to be true? If I'm saying this is the best pen which is available in the market, then I prove that there is a study which was done in 2025 says that out of the 100 people this pen was tested on, 95 preferred it over any other pen. Now this supports my argument. So this makes my conclusion that this is the best pen more likely to be true. Then we have to weaken. Now weaken is attacking the assumption or the logic, or you can attack the conclusion, the premise. Now let's have to weaken this argument. I say this is the best pen available in the market. This is the number one pen. Now I have to weaken this argument. Now I don't have to say this is not a pen, this is a shoe, or I don't have to say this is the worst pen. If I simply put a doubt in your mind that I have another pen which exists, which could be number one, this might land on 3rd, 4th or 5th rank, even on the 2nd rank. If it creates a question mark in your mind about the conclusion, then you have weakened that argument. You have to weaken that argument. Okay, आप conclusion को भी weaken कर सकते हो. Ideally, because conclusion is easier to find, aim for conclusion the first. Avoid extreme or irrelevant options. Sometimes the options are too irrelevant. They are not adding or subtracting credibility. They are somewhere on a different tangent. ऐसे options को आप सबसे पहले देखिए easily eliminate कर सकते हो. Then even small factual changes can impact arguments. आपके arguments में small words, despite, however, पूरा mood बदल देते हैं passage का. So make sure you read them very carefully. It will help you a lot in understanding these type of questions. Then आते हैं हम अपने inference questions पे. काफी important, काफी ज़्यादा commonly देखे गए हैं. What must be true based on the given information? Let's say if I say A is greater than R is greater than C. Now there is something that you can infer from this given information that will be your inference. Do let me know in the comments. This is quite easy. What do you infer from this? No outside knowledge allowed. You have been given information. ये information दी हुई है, मैं कोई outside knowledge नहीं लगा रही हूँ उसमें. इसी information के basis पे आप एक inference draw कर सकते हो. Then choose the safest and least extreme options because it is an inference. तो वो चीज जरूरी नहीं है पैसेज में मेंशन हो, पैसेज के बियॉन्ड जाओगे, बट यू जस्ट हैव टू टेक वन स्टेप, वन डायरेक्ट स्टेप, राइट? यू डोंट हैव टू रन टुवर्ड्स अ टोटली इनडायरेक्ट आंसर. Okay, your inference would be a direct inference. Think 100% supported, not 80% likely. That answer, your answer should be 100% supported from the information available to you. It should not be most likely to be true. If it is, then a question is going to be framed like that. If not, then make sure in your mind you know that this is 100% going to be true on the given information. Now, फ्लॉ इन रीजनिंग कभी कभी देखने को मिलते हैं क्वेश्चंस. इसमें हमें फ्लॉज, कॉमन फ्लॉज को टेस्ट करना होता है. कौन से है वो कॉमन फ्लॉज? कि कोरिलेशन इज नॉट कॉजेशन. एक चीज दूसरी चीज की वजह से हो रही है. और एक चीज दूसरे के साथ हो रही है, जरूरी नहीं है कि वो उसका रीजन भी हो. देन ओवर जनरलाइजेशन. I say Sunita thinks this is the best pen existing in the market. On that basis, I cannot say the whole world thinks this is the best pen. I have overgeneralized. Ignoring alternatives, I focus on one option, one way, not the others. Circular reasoning, unrepresentative samples. अगर मेरी circular reasoning चल रही है, बाल झड़ने से स्ट्रेस होता है, स्ट्रेस होने से बाल झड़ते हैं. Circular reasoning. So ऐसे ही हमें flaws find करने होते हैं. That means कॉमन फ्लॉ जिनको हम टेस्ट करें या फ्लॉ इन द रीजनिंग. यू हैव टू, देयर इज एन एरर इन द जजमेंट ऑफ द ऑथर, यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई दैट. आपको वो नुक्स निकालना है, राइट. Then we are at the question type 6, which is evaluate the argument. You have to understand the argument and evaluate that. Which option helps judge the strength of the argument? कौन सा ऑप्शन आपकी actual strength दिखा रहा है argument की? Usually framed as a question, focus on missing information if answered would clarify validity. तो ये fill in the blanks की तरह होता है. आपको बहुत सारी information दी हुई है, फिर आपसे पूछा गया है कि कौन सा, ये आपको कंक्लूजन दिया हुआ है, फिर आपको ये कौन सा रीजन है कि हम इस कंक्लूजन तक पहुंचे हुए. तो एक तरीके से थोड़ा सा प्रीमाइस से रिलेटेड है, वो आपको सॉल्व करना होता है. कुछ क्वेश्चन इस तरह से फैक्चुअल भी आ जाते हैं, जैसे ऊपर कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन दी हुई है कि व्हाट इज द बिगेस्ट कॉज ऑफ ओरल कैंसर, अब आपको वो बताना है ऊपर से, है ना, रिलेटेड देख के. तो थोड़े से फैक्चुअल टाइप के क्वेश्चंस भी इसका पार्ट होते हैं. नाउ एनएलसैट इज एन एग्जाम वेयर वी हैव टू फोकस ऑन बोथ द पार्ट्स, पार्ट ए and part B. If you're someone who is who's not able to do that, there is a batch that we have launched for NLSAT. So do visit 12 minutes to CLAT on the website and on the app. You will find multiple batches. If you want to just read GK, we have compendiums free that are freely available for all of you. App pe bhi, website pe bhi. Please go ahead, read them. And in case you want to join, you can use my code Saloni for further discounts. On joining the batch, you can watch the demo lectures. उसमें आपके पार्ट बी की एक्सटेंसिव राइटिंग में हेल्प होती है कि आप किस तरह से आंसर राइटिंग कर सकते हो. सो आई विल सी ऑल ऑफ यू इन द क्लासेज in case you plan to join. If you have any more questions regarding the NLSAT, please let me know in the comment box. I will definitely come up with a video again. Bye bye.